Hey, this is Christine, your DIY craftaholic. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome to you if you are new. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. In this video, I'm sharing 3 beautiful wood DIYs as part of the What Would You Make open invite collaboration. I'll share a little bit more about that. So let's jump into DIY number 1. This is a little chalkboard sign from Dollar Tree and I'd used it before, so I'm gonna use some white chalk paint and some Waverly antique wax. So I just took a piece of baby wipe and cleaned off the writing that was there before, and then I applied some of the wax using using a small paintbrush. And then after I painted it on, I then took a piece of the wipe and wiped off the excess. And now I'm going in with a chalk paint, and I believe I gave it 2 coats, but you have to be careful not to apply too much because it will eventually start lifting the first coat that you applied. And then I realized that, I should have taped down the areas that was already stained, and then I went in and took some painter's tape and covered those areas and then painted out the edges or the outside. And then of course I dried it with my heat gun because I can't wait for paint to dry. And here I'm just removing the tape. And it's all dry. Now I took these 2 tumbling blocks and I'm using some wood glue as well as a little hot glue to hold the 2 pieces together. And then I glued that on to my little sign. And these are some wall stickers from Dollar Tree, and I selected one which looked ideal for this little sign, and I just placed it on top of the wood so it appears as if it's actually sitting on a shelf. And these are some rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree as well. I tried to find the one that would go well with this little sign. So I selected what looks like olive branches and I placed those on the side, and then I use my little rub-on thing and rub those on. And now I thought that it needed something else, so I cut the welcome and just added that to the top of it. And here it is. Now a few of the letters came apart while I was rubbing it on, so I just took some of the antique wax and painted that in, and then I added some Mod Podge to seal everything in. And of course I'm using whatever I had at the time, which is my dishwasher safe Mod Podge. This is the What Would You Make collaboration being hosted by Zaina of OK at Home DIY and Connie of Connie's Creative Creations. And our guest host this month is Ellie from DIY From House to Home. I will leave links to their channels in the description box below, as well as the playlist, so make sure to check them out. Now we're moving on to DIY number 2. Now this is one of those little cutting boards from the Dollar Tree, and I gave this 2 good coats, some Waverly chalk paint, white chalk paint. And after I painted it, I dried it with the heat gun. And now it's all dry. It was too white, so I decided to just dip a piece of the twine in some of the same Waverly wax and just applied that to either side of the board. And then to make it a little bit more rustic, I took a piece of makeup sponge and dabbed that in the same antique wax and just went on the outside, not too much, just a little bit, and then that was good. Then I'm back to using the same rub-on transfers. I cut this piece out that says loads of fun, and here I am rubbing that on. I had to apply a little bit more pressure because this didn't go on as easily as I thought it would have. And now I'm peeling that off, and I like that the color blended in with my theme because it's Farmhouse. And then I had this ribbon that says home. I cut a piece of that, made a small bow, and I decided to put that on, but then I decided but then I remembered that I did not put my Mod Podge on, so I am now applying some Mod Podge. And once that was applied and dried, I got these wooden beads from Beebeecraft. I did an unboxing a couple of weeks ago. I will leave that link right here so you can check that out. But before I applied the bead on, I just took a piece of the twine and wrapped that around a couple times to the bottom of the board. And I believe that blended in with the stripes or the lines that were coming down along the sides. And then I applied my bead. Before I applied the ribbon, I decided to wrap another piece of the twine around the neck of the board and then glued the ribbon on top of that. And I believe this is now done. I love this one as well. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this one. There it is. Now guys, I am having a pink lemonade collaboration in August. If you are a creator and would like to join me for this collaboration, you can DM me on Instagram. And if you don't have a channel, no worries, you can still participate. Just send me an email with pictures of what you created, whether it's a DIY or a recipe, and I will create a video and add that to the playlist when the playlist goes live on that day. Now for our final DIY, this is a hello sign that I had in my stash, and I am going to paint that with some Waverly Celery, and I gave that 2 good coats. So if you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I am so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and some occasional Dollar Tree shopping hauls and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. Now also be sure to like, share, and comment down below because I like reading your comments. So now our sign is all painted. I then took my dry chippy brush and I decided to distress this a little bit. So I'm just making sure that I'm cleaning off the excess from the brush because I don't want it to be too heavy. And once I was satisfied with how I wanted it to look, I then took some Mod Podge and applied that to the sign. And once that was dried, I then took a little bow from the same ribbon and just stuck that on the side. And this sign is done. So now for the final reveal. Here are the 3 wood DIYs that I made for you today. Let me know in the comments below which one of these is your favorite. I believe I love this one. This one is my favorite, I must say. But let me know, that's just me, but let me know what you think. Which one of these 3 are your favorite today? And also don't forget to check out the host channel and the co-host channels as well as the playlist in the description box below. And if you like budget-friendly DIYs like these, I suggest this video right here or this playlist. And stay safe until next time. Bye.